Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. There is power in mystery. There is strength in what you choose to keep for yourself. And there are things, no matter how much love or trust exists, that a woman should always keep close to her heart, not out of secrecy, but out of wisdom. A woman's self-respect is her crown. You don't hand your crown to anyone. You don't lower it for anyone. There are parts of you, your values, your standards, that should never be compromised. When you show a man that you respect yourself, you teach him how to treat you. Self-respect is the foundation of every strong, confident, and empowered woman. It's not just how you treat yourself. It's how you teach others to treat you. When a woman respects herself, she sets the standard for how she expects to be spoken to, cared for, and valued. And let me tell you something, those standards are not negotiable. Too often, in relationships, people think love means complete transparency. But love without respect is nothing but an illusion. A woman must understand that keeping certain things private is not about secrecy, it's about self-preservation. You don't need to expose every part of your soul to prove your love. There are pieces of you that belong only to you. Your dignity, your values, your principles, those should never be up for debate. Boundaries are a reflection of self-respect. They define what you will and will not tolerate. And listen closely. If you don't set boundaries, people will set them for you, and it will rarely be in your favor. A man who truly cares for you will respect those boundaries without question. But if you constantly sacrifice your comfort and your standards just to please someone else, you're not building love, you're building resentment. A woman must know the difference between compromise and surrender. Compromise is meeting halfway. Surrender is giving up parts of yourself just to keep the peace. And if you have to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's life, that's not love. That's a loss of self. So stand tall, speak with grace, but enforce your boundaries with strength. Because when you respect yourself, you attract people who will do the same. And remember, your self-respect is your crown. Never lower it for anyone. Not every tear needs an audience. Not every battle needs to be shared. A woman's strength isn't measured by how much she endures in front of others. It's measured by how well she carries herself through life's storms without losing her sense of self. Emotional strength isn't about pretending you're unbreakable. It's about knowing when to be vulnerable and when to stand firm. Let me tell you something. When you expose all your emotions, all your struggles, and all your weaknesses to the wrong person, you give them power over you. And not everyone who listens has good intentions. Some will use your pain against you, some will manipulate your emotions, and some simply won't understand the depth of what you're going through. That's why a woman must choose wisely who she confides in and when. This doesn't mean bottling up your emotions or suffering in silence. It means knowing the difference between sharing for support and sharing for validation. Because a strong woman doesn't seek validation, she seeks growth. She doesn't wait for someone else to tell her she's strong. She knows it in her soul. There will be moments when life tests you, when you feel like breaking, when you wonder if you can carry the weight any longer. But listen, your struggles don't define you. Your response to them does. When you keep certain battles private, you give yourself the space to heal, to process, and to come back stronger than before. So, guard your heart. Protect your peace. Be careful with your emotions because they are precious and not everyone deserves access to them. A woman who masters her emotions masters her life. And that right there is true power. Your dreams are yours for a reason. They were planted in your heart, meant to grow through your vision, your effort, and your belief, not the opinions or approval of others. A woman must understand that not everyone will see her dreams the way she does, and that's okay. Some people won't understand your vision because it wasn't given to them. It was given to you. That's why it's so important to protect your goals. When you share your plans too soon, you open them up to doubt, criticism, and negativity. And sometimes that negativity comes from the people closest to you. They may not mean harm, but their fears and limitations can project onto you. They'll say things like, "Are you sure that's a good idea?" Or "Maybe you should play it safe." And before you know it, their doubts start becoming your own. But listen to me. Dreams need nurturing. They need time to grow roots before they face the wind. When you keep your goals private, you give them space to develop without interference. You move in silence, working on your craft, building your vision step by step. And when the results finally show, they'll speak louder than any announcement ever could. That doesn't mean you shouldn't seek support. It means being selective about who you share your dreams with. Share them with people who uplift you, who challenge you to be better, who believe in you even when the road gets tough. But even then, remember this: your journey is yours alone. A woman who protects her dreams protects her future. And when those dreams finally become reality, the world won't need an explanation. They'll see it for themselves. So stay focused, stay driven, and let your success make the noise. We all carry scars, some visible, some hidden, but not everyone deserves to know where they are. A woman's past pain is part of her story, but it should never become her identity. There's a difference between sharing your experiences and being defined by them. And hear me when I say this: not every man you meet is meant to know the depths of your heartbreak. Your past struggles, your disappointments, the times your heart was broken. Those moments taught you lessons, but they don't need to be worn like a badge of honor or a warning sign. When you reveal too much of your pain too soon, you risk giving the wrong person the power to use it against you. Some may offer comfort, but others may exploit your vulnerability. And a woman's heart is far too valuable to be placed in careless hands. This isn't about hiding your truth. It's about protecting your peace. Healing is a personal journey, and you don't owe anyone an explanation for the wounds you're still working through. There's wisdom in knowing when to share your past and with whom. Trust is earned, not given freely just because someone asks for your story. And let me be clear, your past pain does not make you weak. It makes you wise. Every heartbreak taught you what you deserve. Every disappointment showed you your strength. Every closed door pushed you closer to the right path. But those lessons are for you first. So carry your past with grace, but don't let it weigh you down. A strong woman knows that her history shaped her, but it will never define her. Let your growth, your wisdom, and your resilience be what people see, not your scars. Ladies, listen to me. Your financial independence is not just about money. It's about freedom. It's about choices. It's about control over your own life. When a woman has her own resources, she doesn't have to stay in situations that no longer serve her. She doesn't have to tolerate disrespect because she fears losing support. Financial independence gives you the power to walk away when respect, love, and peace are no longer present. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't share your life with a partner. I'm saying you should never be completely dependent on one. When you earn your own money, manage your own investments, and build your own future, you create a foundation that no one can take away from you. And that kind of security is priceless. But here's something else. Not everyone needs to know the details of your financial situation. You don't have to share how much you make, how much you save, or where you invest. Why? Because financial privacy is protection. When people know too much, they may develop expectations or even try to take advantage of your success. There's wisdom in being selective about what you reveal. A man who truly respects you will admire your independence, not feel threatened by it. And a woman who controls her own finances commands a different kind of respect. You become a partner by choice, not by need. So invest in yourself. Learn how to manage your money. Build your credit. Save for your future and never apologize for your success. Because when you stand on your own 2 feet, you walk through life with a different kind of confidence. And that independence, it's not just power, it's peace. Ladies, let me tell you something. We all have insecurities. We all have fears. That's part of being human. But a wise woman knows that not everyone deserves access to those vulnerable parts of her soul. Your doubts, your worries, the things that keep you up at night, those are not for public display. Why? Because when you expose your deepest insecurities to the wrong person, you give them a roadmap on how to hurt you. In relationships, it's natural to want to open up. And there's nothing wrong with sharing your feelings with the right person at the right time. But you must be careful. Some people will use your fears against you. They'll manipulate your doubts to control you. They'll twist your vulnerability into a weapon. And a woman who knows her worth will never allow that. This doesn't mean you have to pretend to be perfect. It means you work on your insecurities privately. You face your fears without waiting for someone else to fix them. You build your confidence from within so no one can shake it from the outside. Because when you handle your insecurities with grace, you become unstoppable. And hear me when I say this. You are more than your doubts. You are more than your fears. You are strong, capable, and worthy. The right man, the right partner will support you without needing to know every shadow of your self-doubt. He will love your strength and respect your growth. So take your time, heal in silence, build your confidence quietly, and when you show up in this world, let it be with the kind of power that speaks louder than any fear. Because a woman who masters her insecurities masters her life. Ladies, let me tell you something important. Not every move you make needs an announcement. There is real power in silence. When you keep your future plans and strategies to yourself, you protect them from interference, doubt, and negativity. Because not everyone clapping for you. When you start sharing every goal, every idea, and every step you plan to take, you open the door for unnecessary opinions. Some people will question your vision. Others will discourage you, not because they see your potential, but because they fear it. And sometimes, even the people closest to you won't understand your dreams. That's why you have to guard them. Moving in silence doesn't mean you lack confidence. It means you're focused. It means you understand the value of working quietly and letting your results do the talking. Every strategy doesn't need a crowd. Every plan doesn't need validation. Because when you stay focused and disciplined, success becomes the loudest statement you'll ever make. And let's be clear, this isn't about being secretive. It's about being selective. Share your plans with those who have earned your trust. People who will uplift you, guide you, and support you without judgment. But even then, know this. Your vision is yours alone. You don't need a committee to approve it. So keep building, keep planning, keep strategizing in silence. Because when your time comes, and it will, the world won't need an explanation. They'll see the results. They'll see the discipline, the dedication, and the work you put in behind closed doors. A woman who moves with intention and grace doesn't have to announce her every step. She lets her success speak for her. And that, my friends, is true power.